I think it's pretty much impossible to hope for a better future when the people who are in power today are mentally deranged criminals. They're living in a totally different world than you are. They don't see the world the way you see it. They don't live by the same moral codes, ethics, morality, or anything else. They don't have any problem with murdering women and children. You know, it's just a horrible situation that we are now, as Americans, in. We are in a mess that we cannot get ourselves out of. The problem is very simply stated. When you see big-time criminality, who do you go to? You go to the law. And you go to the police, you go to the law enforcement to enforce the law and show them the criminality that's going on. And they come in with the power of government and clean up the criminality, put the criminals in jail and make sure everybody knows you don't do that in this country. It don't work. And so you live by the law. But if, in point of fact, it's the law that is corrupt and the lawyers are corrupt and the whole system of judges is corrupt, the entire system itself is corrupt, who are you going to go to clean that up? You're going to go to the courts are the corruption. You're going to take it to the police are corrupted. So if you want to turn to the government to show them the corruption so that they can do something about it, you're going to find out the government itself is promoting the corruption. They are the criminals. And this is why all the criminality works so well, is because the government goes along with it. The government's making money off of it. And why we have so much criminality. I believe, it's my personal opinion, I believe the United States federal government needs criminality. They need the criminals on the street. They need the violence. They require it. They need it. It's a part of their system of government to have rapists and murderers out on the streets. That's why you go to prison, you learn how to become a really deadly criminal, and they put you back out on the street. And why governments need to have criminals on the streets is because criminals keep the people frightened. And they keep showing you documentaries on History Channel. They show you what it's like in prisons. They show you what it's like to be in a gang, horrible raping and killing and all the violence that goes on in prisons and mafia movies, underworld movies, all the incredible crime that humans are capable of. They're telling you, here's what you're going to get if you don't go along with us. We will find you guilty of something, and don't worry about it. We've got plenty of lawyers, and we'll find you guilty of something, and we will throw you into prison, and God help you when you go into prison. Because if you're just a regular, ordinary, working-class person on the outside, you have no idea in the world what is waiting for you in a federal and state prisons. So that's why we need the criminality. We need people to be frightened in their homes, so that keeps them quiet, that keeps them docile. And so when we have criminals that come into a restaurant and kill 14 people, they get a $25 fine or go to court, and you never hear about them again. They're out on the street the next time, and when you get somebody who's killed 10 people, you find out, well, yeah, but he was arrested 20 years ago for killing 15 people back then. And here he is killing 10 more today. Well, where's he going? Yeah, he's probably just going to get a fine or a ticket and pay a couple $100 fine and get 2 weeks in a county jail, and then he's out on the street again. But you, if you don't pay your taxes or if you don't do something you're supposed to do, you go to prison, and God help you when you do. It's a dirty, filthy operation. This is why lawyers are referred to as criminal lawyers. The American Criminal Lawyer Association, criminal lawyers. It's called the American criminal justice system. I've often wondered about that. Why did they call the justice system in America a criminal justice system? You think about that. American criminal justice? Yes, because the justice is administered by the criminals. And that's why there's so much paying people off, bribery, corruption, sexual bribery, all kinds of blackmailing going on in governments and in courts. Why do you play, how do you play tennis on a court? You play tennis on a court, you play basketball on a court. It's a game. It's called the game of life. Right. You have to know how to play this game, and you have to know what this game is really all about. It's about the control of you. Why is it important to control you? Because you have been brought up to believe that you are free. And you need to understand, in this country, you are not free. You are living under a totalitarian fascist dictatorship. In this country of America, you're not free. So when you hear people talk about the land of the free and the home of the brave, you ain't free or brave.